Hello, Comic Feedy here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, follow me at Comic Feedy on Instagram, Google+, and Align Webtoon Amino. Also, check out my very own webtoon, Rated Teen. The links to that and everything else I mentioned is in the description box below. When it comes to making a comic book or animation, the first thing you're going to need is a script. I'm going to show you my script making process with all the mistakes, no matter how embarrassing they are. But I'm going to show you. The first thing for a script, you need to know the title of your script. I chose to use the title of what you guys voted for in that poll. So the title is Friends Become More. After you came up with your title, the next step is to come up with your objective. The objective is what do you want to accomplish within this script, whether it's a chapter or you're coming up with an objective for the entire book. I can't speak today. The objective for the script will be that Jade and Kyle confess their feelings for each other. If you remember, in another poll you voted in Line Webtoon Amino was the names of the two characters, and the two names you chose were Jade and Kyle. Now it's time for dialogue. When I start writing the dialogue for a character, I start by putting their name, then a colon. Yes, I realize I spelled Jade wrong here, but we're going to continue anyway. It starts off with her saying, "What's wrong?" and Kyle responding with, "I'm tired of pretending." When I want to express an action that I'm going to draw in the storyboard, I don't use the colon. I just write, as I did here, Kyle grabs Jaden close, to signify that that's something that's going to be drawn in, and the action is going to be conveyed with a drawing. I use this pattern or process back and forth throughout the entire script. I'm not going to read the entire script to you because that would take all day. I know you don't want that. So let's continue on. Now, let's move on to highlighting. When it comes to highlighting, you want to highlight what's important. That's why I highlighted the objective. While reviewing your script, you want to check the objective to make sure you didn't go off track anywhere. And remember that your objective, the main point of this script, is to make sure that Jake and Kyle confess their feelings to one another. Also, I highlight the characters' names. I highlighted Jade in pink and Kyle in orange. This makes it easier to distinguish their dialogues from one another. So when I'm writing the speech bubbles in the storyboards and in the final product, I know whose speech belongs to who. And on the sides, I use brackets to break up what dialogues are going to be on a page. I use this process to figure out how many pages I'm going to have, or about how many pages I'm going to have, because the number of pages may change in later processes, like storyboarding or in the final process for the final work. You may need more or less pages. After counting this up, we approximately will have 6 pages, or about 6 pages, because like I said, it could change. And that is all I have for script writing. When it comes to making storyboards, I try to get it done all on one sheet. Even though, in Webtoon style, each panel will be an entire page. But all the panels I'm going to use on one sheet of paper, or as many sheets I can fit it on, to save space. Since it's digital, I'm not really worried about using actual pieces of paper. Of course, I'm continuously looking back at the script, seeing how I want to portray each dialogue, in the form of a drawing. The dialogue for the first panel, "What's wrong? I'm tired of pretending," I decided to portray that best as a zoomed out shot of Kyle with his back turned and Jade trying to talk to him from behind. This can illustrate that maybe prior there was a heated argument between the two. They're trying to patch things up. In the next panel, things get more intense when Kyle confesses his love for Jade. I show this intensity by further zooming in. To further illustrate intensity, in the next panel is right up on their faces to show that this moment is getting heated and very intense. While creating your storyboards and you look back at your script and you think you found a better way to write it out in the storyboard than is written in the script, you can do that. You don't have to stick to your script specifically. In a shot like this, when I'm trying to show the intensity between two characters, I don't want to worry about so many other elements. So I'll probably darken the rest of the panel and just have it focus on them. Meaning there won't be none or as many background elements. In the next 3 panels, I use a familiar process but in reverse. This time I'm trying to surprise the reader. In the previous panel, I zoomed in very far on the characters to show the intensity. Even though the mood of the scenes are getting more intense, I zoom out little by little. Surprise the character with the final panel to come back in very intense with the 2 characters kissing. It almost looks as if things are going to end on a sour note until we pull back into that zoomed out shot. Zoomed in shot of the 2 characters kissing. This is an effective way of manipulating your audience and getting their emotions involved with your story, which is something you want to do. As far as the actual drawing process, it helps for me to use different colors. Like I use red to rough out the shape of the characters. I went in with blue to put in the details so I know which character I'm looking at. I did dialogue in different colors as well. Just me having things in different colors helped a lot when distinguishing where everything goes and how it all works. I actually made things more detailed than I would normally make it for a storyboard I was creating just for a story on my own. For the sake of the tutorial, and I guess I still want to show off a little bit. Naturally, you don't want to waste too much time on a storyboard. You just want to make it good enough to where you can understand what's going on and follow the flow of the story when you create your final for each sheet. Well, I believe I've given you all I know about creating storyboards. Good luck. If you would like to see me do a final polished, published ready version of the storyboards, let me know in the comments below. There will also be a poll in the line web to Amino. Follow me there at ComicFeedy. There may also even be a poll discussing whether this should be turned into an actual webtoon or not. So don't miss out. Subscribe to the channel, comment below, and don't forget to follow me at the line web to Amino.